Welcome. You're now watching Review Time with Imperial. Today's review is Incredibles 2. Now, for those of you that's new to the channel, I'm a movie buff, watch a lot of movies. So, with that being said, I seen Incredibles 1. Came out in 2004. It was a good Disney film. However, it was good where everyone that went to see it, when would a part 2 come about? But it never came, and it was always talks. So it never was a real reason why they never came out with a part 2. So fast forward 14 years later, here's part 2. Now part 2 basically picks up where part 1 left off. At the end of part 1, the family came together using all their powers after the oldest daughter and the son, they discovered their powers after the dad and the mom stopped using their powers from back in the day. They had a baby named Jack Jack. His babysitter discovered he had powers, but the rest of the family didn't know. They never got to see him use his powers. So basically in part 2, being as though that picks up right where part 1 ended, part 2 is they're all using their powers as a family, and the world, kind of like how what happened with the Avengers Civil War, where the world is kind of turning against the superheroes because they're causing more damage and more harm than is worth. So they kind of got exiled from being able to use their powers. A man with his company, he decided that superheroes was a good thing, so he thought that he would take Alaska Girl, which is the mother, use her to fight crime, but where people could view it like how on social media they could view it from her perspective, so that she really means good, and she can do good. Superheroes could do good to help the world, pretty much. So that's the plot of the story. And meanwhile, it leaves the dad at home. He's anxious to get back out there, but superheroes has been exiled, but he's left there with the kids and the oldest daughter, which is Violet. She's going through her teenage, adolescent stage where she looking to she got a guy that she likes. The son, he has math homework. He needs the dad's help. So the dad is trying to juggle all these things. Meanwhile, Jack Jack is starting to see that he got power, so he's starting to use it. The dad doesn't know yet. So eventually, it's a funny scene where Jack Jack is fighting with a raccoon, and he's using his powers with the raccoon, and the dad gets to see it. So he's excited, of course, because he's like, oh, you got powers. Meanwhile, the mom, she doesn't know this, so she's out in the world fighting crime, and he's trying to hold everything at home. He's trying to do the balance. So that's pretty much the plot of the story. It's entertaining. It kind of just picks right up off of part 1. So it's just another edition. That's the bulk of the story. I'm not going to give too much more. It's entertaining, a good watch. I just don't know why it took so long for them to come up with that. But and again, there's no post-credit scene either. So it's nothing to leave you hanging like, well, is it going to be a part 2 or not? So in a 4-star rating system I'm gonna give this a 2.5 out of 4 stars, and more of the reason why is because it took so long for a part 2 to come out, and this wasn't great. It just was a good movie, and it just fed off part 1. If this would have came out like over 10 years ago, then it would have been more like maybe a higher rating. But it was just to come 14 years later. Uh, I think it should have been a little better. It was just okay. It was a good movie. So 2.5 out of 4 stars. Stay tuned to the next one. Subscribe and like. Share the video.